Hey family, hey. I know it's kind of dark. I'm outside. It's so early in the morning. I wanted to come on here and just give a positive message. Look, how many of you are part of the 5 a.m. club? I'm not raising my hand. No, I'm not. Look, my husband got this book called The 5 a.m. Club by Robert Sherman. Changed his entire life. He has done that book. He's into the program. He's following the rules. It's on audio and he plays it on video every single day for the past, it has to be 8 months now, constantly. So now, 8 months is feeding into me also. No, I'm not part of the 5 a.m. club, but now I'm part of the 5:30 to 6 a.m. club. I haven't dedicated myself to 5 a.m. I need some rest, y'all. I be doing a lot out here. But I love that he found a book that opened his eyes, his heart, and his mind, and just got him excited about life all over again, about being able to really create the space, be able to create the life that you are desiring, having no excuses, knowing that you are in charge. You can make things look the way that you want them to look and walk in the room and change the atmosphere, right? I had a book that did that to me, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I read that book and it blew my mind. Every day I was reading that book. I had highlighted. It seemed like new things were coming to life every time I read it. So powerful, changed my perspective on everything, right? So I hope you have a book like that. But for the 5 a.m. club, getting up, setting your morning with intention. How many of you get up and don't even check in with self? I get up, I wiggle my toes. I said, God, I can wiggle my toes. Because there was a time that I wasn't even able to walk. I lost the use of my legs. So I wiggle my toes and I'm like, oh, it feels so good. I can wiggle my toes. I can move my hips. Oh, I can move my hips. I get so excited. But then going a little deeper, right? Like my husband says in the book, going a little granular, right? On that thing. How do I feel today? Do I feel like my body's aching a little bit, even though I can move it? Is my heart heavy, but I don't exactly know why, how I woke up with a heavy heart? I just woke up. Are my shoulders heavy? Does it feel like I'm stressed? Once you check in on how you feel, then go a little deeper again. Why do I feel like this? What's on my mind? What's causing me to feel this way, right? And you may or may not get the answer that morning, but it's about checking in, knowing where you're at. So then if you're feeling a certain way, if you're feeling weight or heaviness, you know that you probably need to take some things off your plate today, right? Take some of those tasks that aren't so important and put them on the back burner. Zuri, I'm so sorry. Look, Zuri. Girl. Girl, you want the spankings? Zuri. Oh, she out here chasing these squirrels, y'all. Sorry about that. Roddy. Okay, so she's pinned in somewhere. But anyways, put some of those tasks on the back burner and give yourself some grace and compassion for the day. Slow down everything. Don't make everything important. Don't rush. Just slow it down. You have the ability to do that, right? But you only can do that if you check in with yourself. Because otherwise, if you don't check in and you're feeling that way, and then you're pushing and moving and going, you end up allowing your emotions to take over, right? And then you end up snapping or having an attitude. And you're like, oh, I don't want to be this way today, but it's just kind of flowing out. It's because we don't check in with ourselves. We're not honest with ourselves. First thing we do before we barely put our toe on the ground, we're putting on a mask to play for ourselves and for the rest of the world. Take the mask off, honey. All right, check in with yourself. Talk to yourself throughout the day. See how you feel. See if you can move some things around so you can make your day a little easier. Pick up a book and journal. Make you some tea. You see, I got my sour sop and my serenity tea mix today. It's beautiful. It's so good. And I'm out here early in the morning, as you can see behind me. And it's a cloudy, rainy day, but the leaves are beautiful. It just makes you smile. So think on good things. And not all the time will it take what you're going through away, but it forces you to change your perspective and shift your mindset. So even if it doesn't do it that day, continue to do it. And one day you'll see the power that you harness to get rid of those thoughts that do not propel you, that does not fuel you for what you want to do, that does not give you value or pour into you in a positive way. You'll you'll get better and proficient at pushing those things out, right? Because we need to change the narrative. We are our own authors of our own story. You can change the script, honey. And when you change the script, give it time to change. Because sometimes we change the script and we like, this script ain't working. It ain't working, but it's only been 2 days. It's only been a week. It's only been a month. You've been out there living in some trashy book all this time. And the writers, you need time to make a transition so the story comes together smoothly, right? Because we don't want no jaggedness. It has to come together smoothly. So give yourself time. Never tire of doing good. Never tire of doing right. It will come see you. Karma is real, honey. As I study and read about physics, it is, and I look at my life, it's real. There's no way I should be living the life that I live. But there was a point that I was tired, y'all. There's a point I wanted to check out of this realm. There's a point I just didn't want to be here anymore. Nothing was going right for me. But I was so tired and such at a low, and I mean a low frequency, honey. I decided I was going to change my life. I decided I was going to practice. My first thing I did is I practiced gratitude. I every day I woke up in the morning before I got ready for work, and I wrote 10 things to be grateful for, and I could not repeat them the next day or the next day. It always had to be something new, because God blesses it. That makes you go granular, right? When you can't repeat. And I would write those 10 things down. And the next day I write those 10 things down. And when that notebook paper was full, I'd tear it out the notebook, pin it on the wall. And in the morning, I would write the 10 things down, and then I would look at the ones on the wall and say it out loud what I was grateful for. And let me tell you, that simple, that easy practice started to change my life so fast, it was scary. It was scary. Then I started writing thank you cards to people who made a difference in my life. And I was getting to the point that I think I sent a thank you card to the guy in Target for helping me with my phone, taking time with my phone. I started sending these thank you cards. The doctor's office, whoever, whatever was going on, I was sending thank you cards, and I would write them with my heart and the feeling that I had when I was with them. And let me tell you, that is a powerful practice, you guys. If you do nothing else, you can do that, okay? And then there was some other things that I did. I wrote a book, Confronting Reflections, which is on our website. You can pick that up. I give you my whole story of how I ended up in the valley of the shadow of death and how I almost didn't make it out, right? But the 7 practices that I put in. And when I did these practices, I didn't know anything about physics at that time. I didn't know anything about gratitude. I was guided by a spirit that came to see me and stopped me from hitting the exit button out of this realm the day that I decided I was going to check out, okay? I had a spirit come and visit me, and these are the 7 practices we did. And later on, as I started to read more physics books, as I started to read more self-help books, I learned that a lot of the things that I was doing was already written and documented as being true, right? And so that really propelled me to go even deeper into study. Like, wait a minute, what is this, right? Because I had never heard of this before, right? Because I wasn't living that type of life. But now I am. And let me tell you, it is beautiful when you have peace. You ain't going to let nobody take your peace when you find it. That peace is worth dying for. I know that don't sound right, but you learn to create boundaries really easy once you understand the process of this realm and life. You ain't got time to be looking at everybody else. You ain't got time to be out here scrolling and seeing somebody twerking or whatever. You got things to do. You have a assignment that you was given before you got to this realm. So what are you doing with the time that was given? Do not go to your grave with regrets. Don't say, I wish I should have, I could have, but no, there's no buts. You can do it. You can do it. Stop making excuses. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it takes time. Yes, you're going to have to cut some things out, honey. It's a journey, but that's what life is. Life is a classroom. We're all in different grades, on different levels. We're all writing different papers. We're all got different consequences for the things that we do. And that's why it's important you give yourself grace and compassion. Because there are no cliff notes to life. There is no cheat sheet that you can get. I can't go to my sister and say, let me see if you got the answer. No, it don't work that way. Because we were all given different assignments. We're all on different journeys. We're all on different paths. And every once in a while, our paths will cross with someone else, and they'll be there for a hot second, just a season. Don't go putting them in a cage and keeping them for 10 years, because that's when things go right. Right? They're only there for a season, and then they have to go on. Look, family, I know it's not easy out there. I know it's not easy getting up and going to work for someone else. I know it's not easy having that micromanager over your shoulder. I know it's not easy when you barely got food in the cabinet. I've been there. I know it ain't easy when you got the kids, but you taking the bus. I know it's not easy when your kids are sick and you got to call into work and they talking about if you call in again, you ain't going to have no job. I know it's not easy. I've walked them streets. I've been there. But I'm going to let you know this. Let the tears fall when they need to fall. And when they're done, dry them up and keep moving. Make sure you journal. Make sure you're choosing people that are choosing you. Make sure you are doing right, even though you feel like you're a fool for doing right when everyone's doing wrong. Look, the path of gold is paved with a few. You got to follow the few. You will get there. There was a time I thought when I was a single mom with 3 babies, I thought, oh, this life right here is for the birds. It was so hard. But I made it through, and you'll make it through too. You guys that's looking for relationships, work on yourself within. Are you the person that you would want to date? Are you loyal? Do you have the same attributes that you want your partner to have? And then make sure that you're making room for 2. Do you have room for 2? Does your car sit 2? Does your house have room for 2? Are you making room, right? Do you have a job where you can go out and mingle afterwards? Or are you night shift? It's going to make it a little harder. You got to figure out what you're willing to sacrifice to get what you want. But check in with yourself. Know who you are so you know what kind of person you need to either become to get the person you want to get, or make the changes you need. Maybe you're in the wrong places. Maybe you're having the wrong conversations and the person that's supposed to be with you ain't in them streets. Okay? So we want to be very intentional about what we do in life, who we are. Make sure you're having conversations with your kids. Don't talk at them, but talk to them. I wish I would have known that when I was younger. Make sure that you expose them to new things, not just what's going on in their neighborhood, but all kinds of things, and be excited about it. Learn along with them. If you don't know, you both can learn about something new, right? So make this a learning experience, because your kids are learning and they're watching if you have children. If not, strangers are watching. I used to have people say, I've been watching you for a while with your babies, and girl, your babies are with you everywhere you go. I see you get up and you out here 4 a.m, walking your babies all the way to daycare. People watch you. They watch what you do. They watch how you move. Don't ever think that you ain't being watched on this stage. Like I said, we are out here, unbeknownst to us, entertaining other people. Other people are watching you. They are looking at your character, how you move, how you talk, what you do, right? And that equals what is going to come in, the opportunities that are going to come into your life, the type of people that are willing to help you, right? Because you have to be willing to help yourself. I can't love you more than you love yourself. I was in the medical field, and people would be like, I ain't doing that, or whatever, and you're gonna regret that. I ain't gonna regret this. You're gonna have to pay the cost. Your body is gonna fall apart if you don't do these things, right? I can't love you more than you love yourself. I can't make you do if you don't want to do. And a lot of people get upset. Well, you don't want to help you, but I don't see you lifting a finger for yourself. So I got to get in the trenches, and I got to dig, do the digging, and you sit there and supervise, but this is for you. That's not how this works. You got to put in that work. And when you start putting in that work, people will start coming on over. You know how them guys be talking about, oh, all you got to do is have a man in the driveway. He popped the hood, and all of a sudden the neighbor looking out the window, and then all of a sudden he putting on his shoes and coming, what you doing, John? Well, this is what I'm doing. They start helping out. Then another man come. You do the work. People will show up to assist you. Believe me, they will. But look, I came on here just to do a quick video because I didn't do my Sunday. I'm still working on some things. But look, I know y'all see my shorts everywhere, them shorts. But I need you guys to really be intentional about your life. And I'm going to let you go now. But before I go, y'all, I just want to say that I pray that whatever you desire and whatever you seek in this realm, it is desiring and it is seeking you. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and the share button. And if you get a chance, go check out my husband's YouTube, honey. It is CEO 369 Consulting, all right? And it's Chauncey Anderson. Have a blessed day, family.